Hey guys, Kevin Cage back with another cryptocurrency update. Be sure to watch this entire video. I have a bunch of information to cover. We will be doing the $100 XRP giveaway at the end of the video as well. For all of you that are commenting down below, your .crypto domains as well. So thanks for the participation. So just to start the video off, being responsible with a public service announcement, any advertisements that you see with cryptocurrency asking you to send some and they'll send you more back in return is a scam 100% of the time. I know many of you know this already, but again, I just wanted to announce this. So recent news, Matthew L.I.N.Y. sharing, PayPal confirms it's developing a cryptocurrency capability. As we can see, of course, per the screenshots as well, we know whenever PayPal comes to mind, I do like to relate it to Peter Thiel, one of the original founders of PayPal. Of course, he has good relationships with Elon Musk as well. And one of his investments was OpenCoin. And guess, of course, what that company came to be? Ripple Labs. Not a coincidence. So, just really quick, California-based company said in a letter to the European Commission that it has taken tangible steps to develop crypto capabilities. Again, everybody smells the money. Everybody wants a slice of the pie, whether they create their own walled gardens and native tokens, or some type of capability to integrate with the open-sourced projects that they can exist today. I think we all win at the end of the day. So PayPal welcomes the opportunity to provide views to the European Commission as it is assessing the need for a European framework for crypto assets. PayPal continues to support European integration in the areas of payments. Now, we want to talk specifically about the EU today a little bit. Again, guys, I've seen a lot of good videos recently by everyone in this community. I was even seeing, Crypto Addy released that she was showing that every 1% increase of digital payments, eventually getting away from cash and checks, equates to approximately, give or take, an increase of $100 billion in GDP. That is unbelievable. I think countries are going to be making the shift. Of course, obviously, COVID is another incentive to push that as well. King Solomon even doing another great recent video showing SEPA testing with Royal Bank of Scotland, another RippleNet partner. You guys can even go on Ripple Insights in 2018, them talking about it, even with the gentleman Richard Crook that he mentions in his video. Proof of concepts with XRP, testing it versus Visa, Bitcoin, Ethereum scalability. It's all right in front of you guys. Royal Bank of Scotland, again, another. And yes, they're working with them, working on developing DLT further. All right, there's going to be many winners. It will not just be XRP. I want to emphasize that, but as you know, I am most bullish on it. If you guys want to make money in other assets and trade and you see others moving, be my guest. I am just holding a portion of XRP long term, as always. All right, so next up. Right here, guys, I just wanted to refer the newcomers to this website, fudbingo.com. Again, FUDBINGO.com. You guys can learn a lot of things about how overlap and, net overlap of transactions occur, how it pushes price up in the order books, kind of just quick abstracts, I guess, give or take, and hopefully it'll help you guys further your own, research. All right, this is really cool. So I am Legion sharing this thread again. Rapid Launch is an all-in-one payments integrated solution. Now this is not connecting, but it's going to go into points that I want to talk about with SIA. It all has to do with Chainlink. We can talk about Ethereum, Hyperledger, Corda, Ripple. It's never ending, guys. These institutions, I mean, if you think that they're just starting to build on, an experiment within this asset class in 2020, you are so misled. It is unbelievable. This has been going on for years. So I am Legion talking about rapid launches. We can see global fintech company, full, single full stack integration, local payment solution in Mexico, API, etc. Reconciliation. Again, that's not settlement. All right. Cool your jets, as Dilip Rao would say, former, or kind of advisor for, what is it now? Another smart contract group. Was it Flare? Flash FX, excuse me. So anyways, in partnership with several Mexican payment providers, we can see this Cacao, this is with the C, so keep that in mind, but it's Cacao Pay Card. Now, as we keep going and scroll down, we can see SBI, of course, this ecosystem they have, and we know that Coin One is included in them, correct? All right. I know we've seen a lot of, Huobi Bank, however you pronounce it. All right. Now, Coin One, we can see on Crunchbase, investor name, Cacao Ventures. Coincidence? So then we'll keep going. And then even just to look at Coin One in particular, guys, we already know this Ripple X current remittance solution adopted by Coin One Transfer. We can see additional listings, Korea, obviously huge future there. And then right here for Coin One or, Cacao, etc., we can see Tencent Holdings, has a pretty big stake as an investor. So what does that mean? Well, we have additional news. We could talk about Standard Chartered's access. We could talk about Tranglo, which we will. We can talk about another integration right into Ant Financial and Alipay, etc. But right here, Alibaba's Ant Financial expands to Korea with $200 million investment in Kakao Pay. Interesting. All right. Now, even with Tranglo, we know they integrated Ripple's cross-border payments. This article is from January 2020. Tranglo also announced its partnership with another China-based major mobile wallet, Tencent's WeChat Pay. We are integrated with them. You can again go RippleNet partner with DLocal. They're throughout South America and also integrated with Alipay. Again, connections within connections. We know obviously Amazon Web Services, I almost said Azure for Microsoft, is integrating and using blockchain and experimenting with many, many projects. Don't be surprised. We already know that Ripple is deep within that, specifically for the cloud and helping many other clients and teaming up with tech providers as well. All right, now this is the good stuff. This personally really excites me. Now, this may not have this reconciliation, over Corda with Spunta has nothing directly to do with XRP per se, but what I want to show you is the experimentation and what is coming for all of these banks going digital. You cannot deny this. This is, straight facts coming for you guys. If you understand tips, the initiatives, we're going to talk about the Target 2 securities, Target 2, all of this clearing. We're aware per the order books that they're sending, well over $50 million every 3 to 30 seconds over this network. Now, all the banks in Italy will be running on Corda. We understand the previous lawsuits, the NDAs, they cannot discuss Ripple. It really does make you wonder, okay? So stay with me here. So right here, instant payments and central bank money have been launched in Europe today, starting in Italy. TIPS, the new instant payment settlement system, again, settlements is the keyword, in Euro, inaugurated this morning in Rome, is in fact entirely developed and operated by Banca d'Italia on behalf of the Euro system. Again, SIA is a huge group. I believe it's SIA Net or SIA Chain. I'm confusing it with another. But again, DLT, Spunta, reconciliation. This is step one. Listen up when it's going live.
And by September 2020, all the Italian banking sector will be on the DLT. And by September 2020, all the Italian banking sector will be on the DLT application for the Spunta.
This is DLT. Keep in mind, Bitcoin, proof of work, XRP, the XRP ledger was the first DLT network to stray away from that type of consensus. She says all the banks will be on this DLT network by end of September 2020. All right. And they're going to be running Corda nodes, guys. It might not be 100% decentralized, but what's important is it's not centralized, not one point of failure, not systemic risk, ability, tons of redundancy and resiliency within the network. Instant, everyone having a copy in a shared ledger, mutual trust rather than mutual mistrust. I think you guys can understand the benefits.
So the first step after this would be to naturally extend the Spunta at a European level, to involve other European banks in defining the requirements and the characteristics of the Nostro and Vostro account process.
Interesting. So talking about the pre-funded accounts, talking about obviously spreading it throughout Europe. This is not just me hyping this space. This is directly people from, Corda, SIA, all of this and their plans and what is actually occurring. Okay. So literally expressing interest to expand it throughout the Euro system. And then we'll actually show you more proof and integrations between Colts, with eSmig, TIPS, etc. And remember, Task Group is the group at the heart of the Euro system. And who are they partnered with, guys? Ripple. Why? There's just too many coincidences, guys. We understand that there are some consultant-like roles, but I wholeheartedly believe whether it's some type of, whether it's Corda, whether it's Interledger as a protocol, whether it's XRP as settlement or the XRP ledger, if you comprehend that if you even get 1% of these payment flows, this will be unbelievable. We are in an environment today where there's virtually very little liquidity and it's sustainable. We had people at Ripple. If a market crashes and goes near zero and it's able to recover and be resilient and recover and have those same spreads over time, it's a survivor. All right. So now listen to David Rutter, CEO of R3. Now listen to this.
I believe that by October of next year, every single bank in Italy needs to have a Corda node.
And again, this is for this year. So this October, every single bank in Italy needs to have a Corda node.
And there's a lot of Italians here. And I love super Tuscan wine, so I want to stop right there and clap for the Italians.
All right, and again, R3 guys, you could say it's the Lehman Brothers, the Wall Street boys, the Goldman boys. Doesn't matter. I'm just saying that this is the big money. This is not remittance, low value, high volume. This is the high value transfers. This is something to keep an eye on, okay? Do your own research. You don't have to believe it has anything to do with XRP. What I'm showing you is we're going towards a digital ecosystem adopting DLT, and these are central banks of the world, all right? There's been proof of concepts. I think you guys know that, fifth stage of Project Ubin essentially live. All of that, conspiratorial type of talk we've been talking about with all these secret projects, and we've shown the documents on this channel the past 2 years. It's happening, period. CBDCs, they still need a bridge. Of course, ecosystems will be more distributed. There's going to be closed networks as well. There's going to be more than one winner. I think we are in the right space, all right? So, SIA, an Italian company operating in the area of ICT, providing solutions and technologies to the banking and finance sector, in addition to platforms for financial markets and e-pay services. Now, pay attention to this. For RTGS, the real-time gross settlement, 19 central banks adopt SIA solutions. We also know, and I know this is speculation, that we have roughly 40 to 50 central banks working with Ripple. This is fact. This has been, stated by Ripple. All right, and Ripple's considered a big player in this ecosystem for DLT. You can even hear a gentleman at CSA. We're working with the big players, Ripple, Hyperledger, etc. All right, and we know they're working with Corda as well, no surprise. So SIA, the network of excellence. So we can see Ripple right here, R3, Hyperledger, IBM. IBM is involved with a lot of things. Same with Deloitte with the T24 stack for Ripple. This has been developed for quite some time. So right here, 600 nodes. Again, I'm Legion showing all this with R3, Swift, and tips. So this is something I remember covering. I think I was covering the eSMIC thing in 2018 on a video. But right here, so the ECB, remember, we have Ms. Christine Lagarde, now the president, former International Monetary Fund director, no coincidence, selects SIA and Colt network infrastructure to connect to T2S, Target 2 Securities. Well, who's one of the network providers? Task Group, TAS, utilizing and teamed up with Ripple. Type in TAS Group, Task Group, and Ripple. You'll see some PDFs right away, right? Between those two and doing a compare contrast. The European Central Bank selected them for T2S. Again, this is like $50 million transactions moving every 3 to 30 seconds. All right, now SIA and Colt join Swift as eSMIG. Again, this eSMIG is essentially the European Single Market Infrastructure Gateway. Again, might not necessarily mean the same thing, but just think about the vernacular, a single API, single integrated connection, things of this nature. Something to keep an eye on, guys, and obviously continue doing your own research. If you find anything and you want to send my way, I would appreciate it as well. All right, so 600 nodes, and guess who else is involved with SIA? Overledger. And which cryptocurrency is that? That's Quant, QNT. Been talking about them time and time again. Just keep an eye on them for sure. Like a very strong project in my mind, helping with furthering interoperability between, blockchains, legacy systems, all types of applications. Now we see even SIA and R3 partner to accelerate the adoption of blockchain apps by 600 banks and corporates. Not a small network or node by any mean. And then again, with SIA specifically, we can see, and I've showed this, 100 times on this channel, so I apologize, but between applications, platforms, infrastructure, we can see, Azure, AWS, SIA chain is what I had in my mind earlier. That's what I was saying, like SIA.net. Look, right here, we can see, Chainlink, Ethereum, Hyperledger, Corda, Mona or Mona X, however you say it, multi-chain. And then look, Ripple, essentially kind of the suite of products can be this entire stack, but we're interested in the settlements layer, in particular, utilizing XRP. All right. And then last but not least, again, we can have this gentleman, CEO of SIA, and I've shown this video before, and also I Am Legion has a great blog on coil.com, as you can see right there. Definite follow, definite research to further your own development. So right here he talks naming Ripple and Hyperledger as big players.
In addition, we are talking quite a lot with other big players, in particular Hyperledger Fabric and Ripple, and we are
I really wish I had that accent. But all right, let's keep going. So shared by Manny6Manny, Swift was forced to position themselves with R3 Corda. As we know, guys, this is the former CEO, Gottfried Lebrant. I don't know why I blanked on his name a couple of videos ago. But again, he has had sit-downs with Brad Garlinghouse as well, no surprise. But they've actually integrated Swift GPI's product for messaging with Corda for settlements, their DLT, network. I believe that's significant. So I know some people are speculating that Spunta is kind of the step one for reconciliation, clearing, etc., and then potentially the XRP ledger could be coming into play for settlement by end of year. Obviously, do your own research. Anything's possible, but even just looking at what we know, complete facts, no hype, and looking at the on-demand liquidity growth, the volume, their partnerships, the regulations, where it is all headed, I think we can agree this is going digital. I think ODL will be wildly successful. And if you look at the actual pain points, the volume, the billions of dollars in this network that are lagging, I think Ripple's here to stay. I think the XRP ecosystem is here to stay. The question is, how high will it go? Now I'm starting to see people that don't know a single thing, perhaps, some people that are just buying Bitcoin for the first time. They're saying XRP is meant to be a stable coin at $1. I've addressed this in too many videos, guys. Please just understand what stablecoins are, the different types. There's so much FUD, and if there wasn't FUD, that'd be a bad thing, because then obviously everyone would believe in XRP and the price would already be high. The risk, the fear, the negativity, the propaganda that you see in any asset class is actually a very good thing, all right? Next up. So right here, I am Legion sharing this. So company announcement, Mambu integrates with Currency Cloud. We know that Currency Cloud obviously has partnered with Ripple. We know that they've partnered with the Visa. Another group I'm blanking. I'm not sure if it was Dwala. I've been just ingesting too much information lately. But anyways, again, even right here, sharing Visa-backed payments platform, Currency Cloud partners with Ripple. Is XRP in the mix? Of course, everybody wants to know that. But it's been, good 2 years where XRP sometimes is in the mix, sometimes it is not. Obviously, all these banks have had proof of concepts. Interesting to consider, though, that Visa's, TPS, its transactions per second, and Ripple's on the website are kind of the same. And we know that Ripple, whether it's via, off-chain, on-chain, via payment channels, it has the capability to scale to Visa's TPS. All right? And we are in the beginning days. Centralized systems, unfortunately, will always scale faster than distributed, unless there's something I don't know, and unless they utilize, sharding or anything like that, all right? So right here, we know this. So guys, Ripple's partner, Neum, again, they were formerly called Instarem, as we know. Sorry, every time I read the word Instarem, I'm thinking of like Instex in the, connections with R3, which are, absolutely massive. But again, guys, I know it's pronounced, Neum, Nium, doesn't really matter, burrito. Right here, with Visa will enable secure real-time digital payments to Visa credit cards through tokenization for in-stores, online payments, and at ATMs. Keep an eye on Visa B2B Direct. Keep an eye with what MasterCard and R3 are building. This landscape is just getting started. All right, what is this? AQNT. So again, delivery versus payments. And again, this is a overledger, guys, for quant. So notice it's interoperability, as we can see, between Ethereum and Bitcoin. Just another asset I've been bullish on. I know, King Solomon, we've been talking about it for quite some time together. All right. XRP Crypto Wolf, again, guys, regarding South Korea, I'm just going to speed through this. He always just summarizes it for me as well. Really cool guy. Definite follow on Twitter if you are not already. South Korea's new proposed amendments to existing laws plan to classify crypto as goods rather than currencies. This will be, one of the regulatory hurdles. I know there's been talks about this for years and years and years, saying, oh, well, regulation is the issue. All right. And then, we get regulations hypothetically, and then we'll say, oh, well, we're still waiting for institutions to get on board. And then we, there's always going to be something until it happens. And I prefer to kind of listen to what groups like State Street are saying, one of the biggest custodians in the world, holding roughly 30% of the world's digital wealth. And they said regarding cryptocurrencies, I'm talking open source, guys, Ethereum, XRP, you name it. And yes, they're open sourced. He said, in terms of tokenization, adoption, security measures before they can actually custody trillions of dollars in assets, it will come, and the market will be like this. It'll go trickle, 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 flood. And that literally just, excites me so much. It makes me think of the liquidity. It makes me think of some hype bubbles with the tulip bubble. But, maybe 2017, the bubble was full of hot air. But this time, I think there's been something going on big time. Now notice this as well. The government could also issue a cryptocurrency capital gains tax as high as 20% because of the new crypto taxation bill. All right, and our favorite gentleman right here at the Innovation Hub at the Bank of International Settlements, Benoit. I know him, Judy Shelton. They've liked a lot of XRP posts in the past. Perhaps it's just because they like innovation, crypto assets, tokenizing, the future kind of innovation. Or you guys could believe that they actually do like, Ripple and XRP. Don't be surprised. Again, this gentleman has had various positions on the board, helping with even global liquidity management. So I definitely think he's one of the smartest individuals in the space. Talking about cross-border payments, slow and expensive, opaque, we get it. Should be more inclusive. Again, that is one of the biggest pushes, not only for operational efficiencies, but leveling that playing field, financial inclusion for all DLT. Blockchain is a mere subset. So in an important new report, the CPMI, we've seen them, I believe, mention Ripple as well, identifies 19 building blocks for public and private action. G20, again, in the FSB, guys, the Financial Stability Board. So the G20 finance ministers and governors to commit to a roadmap next October. And by next October, guys, Mr. Benoit actually means this October. I mean, obviously, we've seen the document saying October 2020. I'm not sure if he translated this or kind of just meaning next October, like this coming October. So Bank for International Settlements, again, another behemoth. Pay attention to the World Bank, IMF. You get the gist. How can shortcomings in cross-border payments be tackled? The Committee on Payments and Market Infrastructure identifies necessary elements to make them faster, cheaper, more transparent, and inclusive. Well, it sounds a lot like getting rid of intermediaries with disintermediation, adopting DLT to some extent. All right? And again, XRP, all these crypto assets are utilizing DLT. So G20 org, Bank of England is a RippleNet partner. They have obviously a huge pull when it comes to this. Mark Carney, very well connected individuals. We know Bank of England has trialed, Interledger. Even Miguel Valle, many people have talked about it. This is fact, not fiction. And again, you can kind of take a look at this, seeing what's important as well. All right. So again, we have TAS, we have TIPS, we have SIA, we have some of these biggest groups throughout even just the European Union adopting, planning, testing repeatedly. We have giants like Singapore, China, Japan, Korea, Canada. I mean, they are all just experimenting, and it is getting very, very deep. And I think we're finally starting to see what they're building or have been kind of experimenting on. Back in the day, you could find so many documents on Ripple, and now it's getting very, very hard. All right. I'm talking about like legitimate testing. All right. So again, you guys, I know you're all familiar with the Stage 2 report. G20 came out on the 13th, as we can see here. No need to speed through that. I know you guys already read that probably. So again, this is really cool. Mickey B. Fresh, guys, definite follow on Twitter and also as a YouTube channel. So we're talking about Securitize. We know that Coinbase and also Ripple have invested in the Securitize. They're trying to get rid of that, that name for cryptocurrency, and they just essentially want assets to be tokenized. They want them to be secure. You can show, STOs, all kinds of benefits. They're working on some really, really cool things. I know Digital Asset Investor interviewed a gentleman from Securitize. I think it was with the Linkto group, and it was really, really interesting. So right here, security tokens, custodian, and what's most interesting is this in stealth regulated security exchange. So let's see what Mickey B is highlighting here. I want you guys to kind of look into this further if you want. So partners for Flare, of course, familiar with them. Securitize, again, vastly expand the assets available to XRP users. Singularity, a new platform for managing on-chain and off-chain financial assets, and identity. Even makes me think of, some of the finds with King Solomon showing identity, or, Greg Kidd with Global ID. Obviously, DLT is going to be pretty obvious to help all types of identification. And we see this custody, digital group, I almost said custodian, a secure custodial platform, and in stealth regulated security token exchange. Interesting. All right, and then we can see the Flare network will have the following properties: open, permissionless. Token ownership does not confer power of the network. You can see Flare will have a single base unit of account that is algorithmically stable in value, generated in part by burning XRP. Again, it reminds me of kind of tokenizing on top of the XRP ledger using algorithmic stablecoins, I should say. That is a use case that people are really sleeping on. A lot of people just look at XRP and they're missing the entire point of what the XRP ledger does, what Codius is capable of, what that can do in tandem with Interledger. I just think that all of these types of agnostic types of platforms and products and softwares are going to change the world. And they've already changed the world in terms of, with internet as well. All right, the network adopts the XRP encryption and address schemes so that both XRP and Flare can be used with a single key, providing a virtually seamless experience for XRP users. We can see it integrates Ethereum virtual machine. Again, their EVM has fair ordering, flexible trust, and fast finality. Again, all about immutability, finality, etc. Something to look into. I know you guys are aware of this, so XRP Crypto Wolf sharing this. Coinbase is selling, and we know that they may be going public by end of year, or at least next year, in my opinion. Same with, Circle, these groups, Jeremy O'Leary, something to keep an eye on, again, with their USDC token, their stable coin. and another cryptocurrency that they are quite bullish on that I'll talk about in the future as well. All right, so Coinbase is selling blockchain analytics software to the U.S. Secret Service. And again, we know, Brian Brooks, what was it? Now he went to basically help with the entire banking system, the OCC. He was formerly the legal officer for Coinbase. Best buds with Steve Mnuchin, not a coincidence. People go way back. You can look at Craig Phillips, an advisor on Ripple. You can look at connections at BlackRock. I mean, it's just never ending. And, the people that don't believe in DLT adoption or even just XRP connections and success, they just haven't done the research, period. All right. I don't care if you think XRP is going to be $1, $100. I just see tremendous upside from 20 cents, 15 cents. To me, it's just a no-brainer buy. Not financial advice, guys. I am obviously very bullish. Don't take it from me. Go, listen to some people that hate it and kind of get another point of view. So the law enforcement agency awarded the contract to Coinbase in May 2020. So really interesting to consider that. Talking about the contract, they sold us out. Something to keep an eye on. Now, XRParcade.com, great website to check out. So California Blockchain Working Group recommends regulatory clarity for digital assets. I don't really have to get into this too much. The same kind of narrative we're seeing. Again, defining digital assets based on function, regulating them separately, could create categories for, types of tokens, utility tokens, payment tokens, asset tokens. Again, in my opinion, XRP will never be classified as security. It should be classified as some type of commodity or some type of utility exchange token, or even a currency. Who knows how this is going to end up? All right, so pay attention to Ripple obviously in that regard. Now Poochie sharing this, so Uquid and XRP news, so we can understand that again Uquid sees increased support after XRP integration. They're a pretty large group. Where was it at? So right here, guys, even May 28th 2020, we can see their shop is now live and accepting cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin Cash and XRP for payments, and I'll show you XRP. The team at Uquid, and I believe that's how you pronounce it, has dubbed the market the world's biggest digital shop for crypto users, ready to launch with 30,000 digital products. Launched back in 2016, cross-border digital services, blockchain-friendly payment system, startup one of 3 blockchain companies, selected by TechCrunch. Pretty cool. If you guys want to check that out more, again, you can even follow them here on Twitter at UquidCard. All right. So we can see, no surprise, I mean, obviously XRP, top 3, 4 crypto asset. I don't really consider, Tether a speculative asset. We'll see at this point. We'll probably get some gains in Tether when a bull run comes, just like last time. All right. And right here, guys, just to finish off the video. So Coinbase Pro announcing this on XRP Arcade as well. So pay attention to these pairs. Algorand, another cryptocurrency I'm extremely bullish on. I have been for quite some time. Fun facts, we know the Marshall Islands, small country, I mean less than 100,000 people live on the population. Algorand is proof of stake. They're actually developing a central bank digital currency on top of the protocol. Why? Well, they had software providers go and vet some of the best projects that build upon reliable and whatever type of, standards they were looking for, and they chose Algo. All right, pay attention to them. We know connections with Circle, Arrington Capital invests in it. I really love Michael Arrington. I like how he's just bold and tells it like it is. We got Algo, British Pound. Now look at these pairs for Link. Obviously more, on-ramps, I should say, lower barriers to entry. And we can see XRP with the British Pound. And now Tezos. Tezos really needs to catch up to Link. They used to be best buds, tied at the hip, just like, VET and ADA were. So we'll see what happens. Again, bullish on literally all of those assets I just named. It's going to be more than one winner. It's not just XRP, but in terms of developments, I just want to show you, and I also love the underdog. XRP is one of the biggest black sheeps of crypto, and this fact that, and I know you guys, whether it's 10,000 of you or 40,000 of you, hold a little XRP or a lot of it or are bullish on it, that's good, but in the scheme of things, the average person holds 0 XRP. That is one of the many reasons why I'm so bullish on this asset class. And I've done the math, I've looked at market share, I've looked at different groups and what they can bring to the table. And I just believe long term, this will be one of the bigger winners for sure. Again, all those other projects I named, they could kick butt, destroy, maybe even have a higher return than all of them. We simply don't know. Time will tell, but from a fundamental level, you guys know my view. All right. So with that, let's do the Unstoppable Domains giveaway. Again, they're part of the Pay ID initiative with Ripple, legitimate as it gets. They're simply sending XRP to anyone that has linked their crypto domain, their .crypto domain, to an XRP wallet to incentivize adoption, period. All right, guys, now to announce our second giveaway and call it a day, I just want to say congratulations to, We got Black Ghost on YouTube. This is allendammeyer.crypto. Now, something really cool, I really appreciate it, and hopefully I didn't butcher your last name, is you can actually take his domain, and hopefully you don't mind me sharing this. I do apologize. We're going to paste this right into a domain, and he can actually have his own decentralized website running here. Again, about, experience, social media, send crypto here. And now anyone that sends Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, VeChain, Link, and QNT, he'll be able to accept it. I like your taste, and again, thank you for your service, brother. So with that, guys, hopefully you enjoyed. I will send video proof as well, and I'll call it a day. Thanks so much.